Here's our hockey insider, Darren Dreger. So now that Sheldon Keefe is gone, what level of urgency, Darren, is there for the Leafs to fill this head coaching position? And who would you say are the top candidates?
Well, there is a level of urgency here. You know, Brad Treliving, I'm sure, is not going to rush the process, but he'd like to get the right candidate in place sooner rather than later. So is that in the next few days? Is that early next week? We can't be certain of that. What I know is that the process to hire the replacement to Sheldon Keefe as head coach of the Leafs has begun in earnest. I'm sure that there have already been discussions with some candidates. I expect that there could be further discussion, if not interviews, over the course of the weekend. And if I'm looking at top candidates, I'm looking at least two guys that we've spent a lot of time speculating on. One would be a former Stanley Cup champion in Craig Berube, and the other one, of course, would be Todd McLellan, who was let go in season by the Los Angeles Kings. Now, if it goes beyond that, if there's a surprise candidate, then I suppose that is possible, but I think it's unlikely, given the fact that Brad Treliving, the Toronto Maple Leafs, know that they need a man with experience to try and push this group over the hump.
It's a busy week in Leafs Nation. On Friday, management, including new MLSE CEO Keith Pelly, Brendan Shanahan, and General Manager Brad Treliving, will all be addressing the media. Darren, what message can we expect them to deliver?
I think you'll see a high level of recognition of dissatisfaction. The fact that, you know, first-round exit yet again by the Toronto Maple Leafs, not good enough this season. Now, there's already been one significant change, and that's in the firing of Sheldon Keefe. No general manager, especially the new GM, and Brad Treliving certainly qualifies for that, wants to fire a coach a year on the job. But this isn't just about this year. This is about the history with Sheldon Keefe at the helm. So this is a significant change, and I think the messaging will be clear. There will be other significant changes that are explored. And most notably, that's, of course, the roster of the Toronto Maple Leafs and how they make this team better moving forward.
Well, you can watch that Leafs media conference on tsn.ca Friday morning beginning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Thanks, Darren. Well, promoted from the Marlies to the Leafs back in November 2019, Toronto reached the playoffs in all 5 seasons under Keefe, but managed to win just one playoff series. His playoff record, 16-21, includes 0-3 in Game 7s, but Keefe does have the 5th most wins in Leafs franchise history, guided Toronto to the franchise high in points and wins in 2021-2022.